A daredevil from piloted a bizarre aircraft. It was feared, and because of its shape, called Iron Hunter.
Check 1, 2, check. Check, check. Check 1, 2, check. Okay. So why can't I hear the audio from OBS? Especially since I've got it on monitor. So that's HD 60. Okay, so there's that. Monitor and out. Huh. Do I not have desktop audio speakers yet? Nope, that's not it. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Okay, that still works. Huh. So annoying. Well, no, that's funny. Oh, there we go. All right. Yes. Sorry about that. Phone rang. I have no idea what this game's all about. I don't remember what Urguys is about at all. Oh, is this... Oh. Wow. This is annoying. I didn't know it was a fighting game. Damn it. Well, I'm getting music, so test over this one. come on, I hit him on the mine there. That is bullshit. Check, check. Check, check. Okay, cool. Alright. Whoops. All right. Sorry, just tweeting. All right. Way too far. Extreme! San Francisco.
On your mark, get set, go!
Okay, so I have to keep that button down. No music. Ugh. Alright, it's no music in this one. Shit. Alright. Shit. Yay, I got through a gate. Yay, another gate. Yay, another gate. These gates are really tough to not touch. It's no music.
Test, test.
Yep, no music. Alright. So that was ESPN Extreme Games, I think. Oh. ESPN Extreme. No music. Get my noodles. Oh, needles? Yeah, she got 2 shots. There was a lot of drama today. There were just dogs everywhere at that place. It's usually not that bad. So she flipped out a little bit. A lot of drama. Almost knocked me on my ass when we were leaving. Or almost pulled me down. She just gets crazier on other dogs. She lived in a couple of different shelters too long and sucks. So I'm streaming from OBS this time. So hopefully it's better. Hopefully it doesn't crash all the time.
Let's go.
Bruce Campbell.
At first everything looked
Yeah,
the
this
same.
was supposed to be a good game. I don't think I ever played it.
Jenny's out there somewhere. Alive.
God, I love this movie. What do I do? Tank controls? Tank controls. I don't know if there's supposed to be any music. I don't know. I guess it's alright. And the aspect ratio is correct. Woohoo! Sorry about the background noise on the microphone if there's any, everybody's out there mowing their lawns, which I should be doing, but I was going to wait till tomorrow. And I've got a fan on. Good. I get some background noise here because I'm using the Yeti microphone and it's really sensitive. So I get some background noise and everything. What was I? Evil Dead. It's F1 2000. This should be fun. Without a steering wheel.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
It is in the game. Michael Schumacher at Indianapolis, but it's the F1 course. Accelerate, brake, reverse. Okay. It's weird because I'm playing on a joystick, so the square is directly above X. Ooh. Now, am I supposed to have music in this? I'm thinking no. I wouldn't expect it in a Formula 1 game. Looks like games just like today, yeah. What did I just do? Oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't think I can change my viewpoint. Oh, that's the brake there! Oh shit! Wrong button for the brake. Actually, this isn't too bad, considering the hardware and everything. This isn't bad at all. Problem is I've got the assists on, so it's kind of messing with me a little bit too. It's a pretty good looking game. Especially the car. The car looks really good. It's so weird playing these games without analog. I wonder if this supported a wheel. I think I still have a PlayStation wheel somewhere. I think it's an old Hori wheel, maybe? Problem is, I think it's down in storage. Alright, so that works. Yeah, I actually found a really good Formula 1 game for the Sega CD of all things, which is the same game, I think, as the Saturn version. It's just F1 Racing or something. But the Sega CD one's really good. For what the hardware was and everything, I was impressed. And I got it dirt cheap off eBay, and it was off eBay, but it was a seller like an hour away from me here in Wisconsin. It was funny. But it's cool. I never got into Formula 1 very much, though. Ooh, Fatal Fury, Wild Ambition. Jeez, it's almost 4:30 already? Holy shit. Yeah. How's the audio and everything on the stream, by the way? This OBS gives you a lot of control, but it's really confusing.
Fatal Fury, Wild Ambition.
Ooh. PS2 emulation for what? For Formula 1?
USA.
Oh, I haven't played this in a long time. Oh.
Harry versus Shang Fei. Round 1. Fight.
I gotta figure out all the buttons are. Okay, music's working. Oh, I forgot this is the 3D one. Alright. Cool, music's working. Nice. So I have something for my PS2, but the problem with my PS2 right now is that the CD or the DVD drawer stopped working for some reason. But my PS2's been modded for a really long time. You could load backups, but I didn't do it for that. I did it so I could get stuff from Japan, because there were a couple of shmups I really wanted from Japan. So on there as well, I've got this thing called HD Loader, because I have the original model PS2, which you could put a hard drive into. So this HD Loader allows you to copy your discs onto the hard drive. And the hard drive size is pretty small, like you're limited to how big you can have, but the greatest thing about that, not only just having the jukebox obviously, but like MLB The Show or whatever it was before that, between half innings, between, when you had shifts for who's batting and who's fielding, would show you like the next 3 batters, and it would pop up the actual pictures of the players and everything. And off the DVD, it would just take forever to load up. And we were just blown away because I had the hard drive set up, and man, it was just instantaneous. But I gotta get that. I gotta get that drive fixed. It just won't. It won't slide in now, which sucks. But the HD loader, later on, and I never set it up. But the HD loader you used to have to swap the disk out. So you'd put the HD loader in, load it up. Is this gonna load? And then it would revert over to the hard drive. Well, now you can actually have it on your memory card and load it from that, which is pretty badass. It'd be cool if they did something like that, though. What the hell's all this? Demos? Huh. But it's funny. I mean, there were a lot of PlayStation games that I never really played, so I've got the opportunity now with all this stuff. Like I said, there was one game that it's coming with the Polymega that I was really hoping I could find an image for, and I haven't been able to find it yet. I don't even remember what it was called. I guess the problem is, like, digging into the PS2 is a lot more difficult than this thing, because I don't think they were really worried about copy protection too much on this thing. And this only works with a PS1 that has that parallel port on the back, because they started eliminating that. Yeah, I don't care about the memory card. I don't care. Fuck it. Whatever. It would be cool if somebody someday could bring that out, but that hard drive does a really nice job. It's just I can't load anywhere near all the games on it like I did with this one, because PS1 games, it's just CDs, you know, they're pretty small images. PS2, it's DVD, so you can have up to 4 gig, you know, per disc, I think it is, for the DVDs on there, because I think it's dual layer. But I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 FPGA devices now. So I've got this, I've got the one for the TurboGrafx, I've got the Super NT, I've got the Mega SG, and I've got the regular Mr. FPGA. So I've been going a little nuts with them. Let's see if this loads. Poor Eidos. We're a part of Square Enix now. It's fine. I don't want to save. Just want to test. Let me try to play it. That's jump, that's punch, that's kick. Knife. Whoa. So no music. Is there supposed to be music? Yeah, CD audio, so there's no music in... What is this? Fighting Force 2? Cool if I could get through like half the list tonight. Well, let's see if Final Doom works, because Doom didn't. Well, at least it boots, because the other one didn't boot. So I'm really interested to get a hold of that Polymega that I ordered. It's pretty expensive, but it's I think it's emulation. It's not FPGA, but it actually works with CD-based systems. So PlayStation, Saturn, Neo Geo CD, TurboGrafx CD. I don't know if it does Sega CD, but then you can buy modules that plug into it, and you can use the cartridges from those systems as well, which is pretty cool. Damn, I don't think it's gonna boot. But they do some really cool smoothing and everything on them, and I didn't need it, but I kind of wanted to check it out, but it was damn pricey. But they just did a showing at E3, and a lot of people seemed pretty pleased with it, Jeremy Parrish being one of them, because he saw it at GDC. So, yeah, I think this is locked. Alright. That sucks. None of the Dooms work. And then if I have a replay on YouTube, if anyone's watching this, what I'm doing is checking all these games to see if the audio is working. Because sometimes the music especially doesn't work off of these images, so I have to fix those. So I'm making a spreadsheet up of what works, what doesn't, so I can start working through that list. Oh yeah. Strap in, folks. It's time for golf. Gremlin Interactive. I don't even think they're around anymore. Yeah, I think I have a NASCAR game on here. Like I said, I didn't put every single thing on here, so I don't know if I got a little selective about stuff. Well, that's just weird. Sure. Whatever. Just get me into the game. That's all I want. Forest Downs? I've never heard of that. Oh, this thing's touchy. Orange Rock? I think these are all fake courses. Ooh, Oxfordshire in England. Ooh. I don't think I've ever played this game. Not on a free space. I don't care. It's funny how, and I really didn't notice this before, but how reliant on the memory cards PlayStation 1 games are. Like, what was that one not too long ago that wouldn't even let me do anything until it had free space on the memory card? That's crazy. And these things are just tiny comparatively, compared to what the PS2 memory cards had. What the fuck? Thought I hit that before. Sorry about that.
You join us here at the Oxfordshire in England as we're about to get underway with a stroke play contest. It's a lovely sunny afternoon.
It is
Let's see
lovely.
if the good weather brings some good scores. And there's hardly any wind here at all.
Wow, okay, the right and left is actually backward? Interesting. Against the wind. I have no idea what I have to do here.
Player 1 has hooked the ball.
All right, seems like it's working. That was a cow mooing, yep. I'm alright with that. Nice. So, obviously this is kind of boring. I'm just checking out the games, but I figured people might be interested in this. Maybe see a game you've never seen before. Check out how this device works. At least the stream seems more stable than the last time I tried to do this. Knock on wood. Yeah, it's a little pricier than some of the other stuff out there, but I really like this. It did take a decent amount of work to get things going, and that's why I'm testing right now, because you have to do something weird with the audio, which I haven't done yet. You have to use a specific format, and there's a way to convert them and all this other shit. But I've noticed that a lot of games are working fine. So I'm just building a spreadsheet now of games that, like, CD music's not working. I don't know if they've updated the menu. I actually did that part of it with the background and everything. You can do that now, just using an image file. And some people have created some images out there. There's a lot I can do still. I need to add, like, album art for every one of the games. Oh, cool. CD audio seems to be working on here. Cool. This is one of my favorite game series. And then I screw up like that. I haven't played G-Darius in a long time. Wow. Shit, is CD audio working? I thought it was. Well, that sucks. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, girls. That stinks. I gotta get this one working. I love the Darius soundtrack, especially in the TurboGrafx. Oh, there we go. Forgot how much slowdown is in the PlayStation version. This is actually a game that's better on the Saturn, if I remember right. Wow, is this slowing down a lot? Still a badass game. Ooh, that was lucky. Audio just wants to click in and out. That sucks. Alright, so I gotta put that on the list. Yeah, I didn't remember that the slowdown was this bad either. I remember that the Saturn version runs better, obviously, but they do really good with 2D stuff. I haven't played this game in so long. Whoa. Shit! Yeah. I mean, frame rates don't bother me too much, especially with the older stuff. I come to expect it. It's just really laggy when you're playing it. When you're really struggling and fighting the game. Oh, shit. Forgot about the flip. Alright, cool. That works. On to the next one. I thought there was a Saturn version for G-Darius, or am I thinking of Darius Gaiden? Yeah, must be what I'm thinking of, which is a great game too. It's funny you were mentioning the menu before. I haven't checked for a long time if there's a new firmware for this, so I'll probably have to do that tomorrow morning. Because there probably is. I haven't really messed with this thing in a couple months because I've been so focused on my other FPGAs lately. I've got a super gun. An old one, and I've got all I've got is fighting games. It's weird, like Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. I've got Street Fighter Alpha 2 CPS. It's a CPS2 module. I've got one other one, I think. I never really got into the super gun. I do have a Mister. Yeah, I've been really focused on that thing. The thing about the Mister is I've been trying to get the more obscure shit working, so I just got like the MSX working. And now I'm trying to get the X68000 working, but it's weird. Like you have to mount the disc in a certain way, but I haven't been able to find a guide out there at all to get the X68000 stuff working. And I know it works, and I've got all the stuff for it. I found a really cool kind of an EverDrive pack for the Mister. And it's huge. Yeah, I know it doesn't work well, but I still want to try it and get it going. It's something I've only played twice at MGC. MSX does not impress me at all. It's funny. Ooh.
Okay, people, listen up.
Thank you.
We all know that gang warfare has escalated rapidly in the past.
Thank you very
few
much.
months. We've been hit pretty hard by it.
Yeah. I just want to see if audio works in the game. God, I haven't played this game in so long. Yeah, I mean, there was another one where you have to, the Amiga stuff. I got that working too, which is pretty cool that you can do all the Amiga stuff on there. I think right now the only thing I don't have working is X68000. I think I got everything else working. That and there's kind of an initial core out there for GBA, which I can't believe there's not a GBA core yet. But there's a guy working on one because I ordered the GBA consolizer that's coming out soon. And I've got an extra GBA that I can use with it, so nobody reads these days. That's true. But I'm really digging the Mister. I went to MrAddons.com and had him build one because I didn't know if there was any soldering involved or anything. But I've really been obsessed with that thing lately. It's sitting right here next to me, actually. It is funny, though. I like the Genesis core on it a lot, but the Mega SG core from Analog, the Mega SG that Kevtris wrote, it's just better. Okay, God, I don't even know how to play this game. So no... Oh, yeah, there's CD audio. I can hear it. Okay, good. That's all I needed. Save that before... That's awesome, man. Thanks for sending that over. Oh, and the other thing, I wish they had an Apple II GS core, because I actually owned a GS back in high school. But it's fun playing with that Amiga stuff. I just don't know all the commands or anything. But I've got that Winbench loader on there, and it's pretty neat. Because I wanted an Amiga so bad back then. Yeah, I've got the Apple II Plus core, and I've been messing with it, but the GS is a whole another level. Total digital sound, the whole thing. That's fine. Oh, okay. Gaia Seed won't load. Let me put that in here. What am I doing wrong here? Seed won't load bad image. Okay, Gekio Shooting King. I got this game for $3 at a little game store here in town. Long time ago. That's actually a good shmup. Yeah, I've got quite a few of the cores out there. Even a couple of the experimental ones. I'm really shocked that there's not an Atari 7800 core. I haven't been able to find anything with that. And I really don't care that much, but I never really played on a 7800, so I'm just curious. I wish there was an Apple Lynx core as well, because I have a really good emulator for the Lynx on the Shield TV. And I'm a big Lynx fan. So it'd be cool if they had a Lynx core, but nothing yet. But the 7800 was the big surprise to me that there's no core for that. Because they have so much other stuff. Other Apple, Atari stuff. Wow, I haven't played this game in so long. Alright. That's right, it's a vertical shmup. Jeez, I didn't remember that. Alright, music's working, sound effects sound like it's working. How good this game looks. Oh! Whoops. Alright, cool, it works. I used to be pretty good at shmups, especially in the TurboGrafx days, but with my left hand the way it is now, I just can't... I can't react well enough anymore, and I can't make those little slight movements. Especially, I never liked bullet hell shmups, but Gekio Shooting King I always liked. I used to love shoot 'em ups. I just don't like bullet hell. So when the cave stuff started hitting, I started losing interest. But I still love Blazing Lasers. I just hope the Mr. FPGA core for the TurboGrafx gets a little bit better, because it stutters a little bit too much right now. Yeah, stop flag. So I didn't grab all the Gexes, I just grabbed the first one for now. I can put the other ones on here if I want.
It all started
Yeah. Just get into the game. Check out GameSec. Dave just did a video on it, and he shows the difference between real hardware and their core. If you play something like Wonder Boy, you'll see it where it's like the sprites stutter a little bit. And I've been noticing it more lately, especially on Blazing Lasers and what else was I playing? There were a few games like that. It's not like a full stutter like you normally see in other stuff. It's hard to explain. Am I playing RGB or HDMI? This is HDMI. This is using the Pound Technology HDMI for PS1 and PS2. I actually really like this one. The Dreamcast one I don't like, but I dig this. The Mister I'm using HDMI. I've got... What the fuck? I've got the VGA to component breakout, but I can't get it to work very well. I tried it on, just to mess around with it, I tried the component on the OSSC, and, okay, CD music's working.
Yeah. Tail time.
What the fuck is going on here? Alright, so CD music's working, we're good to go. No signal processing over analog video. Yeah, I know. I was just messing around with it. Dave was having some problems with the breakout as well. Like Vectrex wasn't working on his CRT. I don't have a PVM here. I'm going to have another Sony Vega pretty soon. A friend of mine's got one because mine died on me. But a friend of mine has the same exact model that he's giving me. I just have to make room for the beast. But OSSC's been doing really well for me lately. Except the Saturn I don't like on the OSSC because the resolution changing messes it up too much. So I've actually been doing Saturn via S-Video on the RetroTank 2X, and I love it on there. Because the Saturn's S-Video is phenomenal. So I was just playing Gex. Ghost in the Shell I think works, but we'll try it. I actually own a Vectrex, so I know all about that thing. I've got a... It's pretty cool. The people that own all the IP for Vectrex released everything into the public domain a few years ago. And a guy down in Chicago contracted somebody to actually create a multi-cart with a menu system. So you just put the one cart in the Vectrex, you can play all the stuff, even unreleased, betas, all kinds of shit. It's really, really cool. But, I mean, again, I'm not complaining at all that there's those little things about the Mister. I love it over HDMI. I think it's fantastic over HDMI, and I know that they've got the latency way down on that HDMI interface. It's funny, I ordered the component thing not really understanding everything about it. I just kind of ordered it. I didn't even get an acrylic case yet, so I'm going to order a case soon, because right now it's just sitting here. Yep, I run the update script about once a week usually. I streamed a couple times when they updated the SNES core, like 2 updates ago. I just streamed, or actually no, I didn't stream it. I recorded and put on my YouTube channel when they somebody updated the core. I forget his name. It's in the notes, but updated the Genesis core so that virtual racing worked, which I can't believe you put that kind of work into it to get one game working. And virtual racing on the Genesis is okay. It does all right. It's 20 frames per second. But it's really cool they put that much work into getting the SVP working on one game. So I love what they've done with the project. I mean, that update script is awesome. I just wish there was better. I mean, there's good documentation out there, but not great. I really had to search around for quite a while, but I'm used to it. I'm an IT guy. But I've been having a lot of fun with that thing. Oh, is that what it was? A favor to somebody? It's cool, man. I was thanking him on Twitter and everything. Like, I'm a big virtual racing nut anyway. I mean, the Genesis one is obviously the worst one out of all of them, but it's really cool that he got it working. And it works extremely well. I don't know why I'm playing this. This is actually a really good game. This is a better game than I think anybody gave it credit for. Alright. That one's working. Music's definitely working. And audio's working. Yeah, stuff. Elgato software. I love Elgato software normally. Especially streaming, but non-standard, non-HD resolutions like this and and when I'm resetting the system all the time, just screws their software up big time. So I'm using an OBS now. And it seems to be working great. Which is odd because I usually hate OBS. I despise this. It's funny, it took 2 FPGA consoles for me to play Genesis more. Because I've just never been that big of a Genesis fan. I love that the Mega SG plugs into a Sega CD also. I do wish it worked with 32X. I understand why it doesn't because of all the video cables and everything, but I've been buying 32X games here and there. And I think I almost have a full set now, not even trying. So it'd be neat if that worked, because right now... Oh, shit, really? Grady's Deluxe doesn't work. I can do Genesis over RGB through the OSSC, and it looks great. But I like the simplicity of HDMI, especially when I want to do some stuff. It's just less cables. Gradius Deluxe. Go. All right. Gran Turismo. Come on. Kind of bummed Gradius doesn't work. I love that game. I mean, I follow Smoke Monster on Twitter. I actually talk to the guy from Mr. Add-ons every now and then. I'm not really in the FPGA circles, but I'm kind of a lurker. I've been having a lot of fun with it, though. Just do arcade just to see if I can use it. Yeah. PS5 will have a GT7 line. Actually, no, stuff. I'm hearing rumors that Gran Turismo will probably be a launch title for the new PS PlayStation. And there's music. Woohoo! Gran Turismo. Wow, this is smoother than I remember it. I used to play this all the time, but damn. Remember being this smooth. Oh shit! Oh, that was the handbrake one. Oh, I almost pulled up the 360. There's the brake. All right. Yeah, OBS usually gives me an echo, and I haven't figured out why yet. I'm sorry. I've never figured out why I get an echo every now and then from OBS, because I wasn't getting it before when I started this. Check, check. Oh yeah, check, check. Oh yeah. Oh darn it. I'm gonna stop the stream and bring it back up then. I'll be right back. Fucking OBS.